Jackie Villamor, magandang umaga. So ito po yung celebration ng 21st signing anniversary ng Republic Act 9003 o yung Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. So pinangungunahan po ito ng DNR. Maya-maya po parating na po si Secretary Roy Cimatu. Pero naririto na po si Yusik Benny Antiporda. Parang kailan lang kasama natin siya doon sa sa Dolomite Beach. Kahapon yata yun, sama natin siya sa Dolomite Beach kahapon. Sir Rego, ayan, thank you for watching, Sir Rego. So maraming pagpapaalala, sa kung maaari lang wag na tayong gumamit ng mga plastic. Alam naman po natin na ang laki po na naging epekto nito sa ating masamang epekto sa ating kalikasan. Tapos didiretso lang ito lahat sa dagat. Tapos alam naman po natin na minsan ay 100 years okay, bago ito matunaw. So dito na po yung mga
Waste
Tataktan ka? Natataktan ka?
Hindi.
Hindi naman.
Talagang may pinagdadaanan kung bakit
So binabanggit niya po, no, under investigation po yung mga hospitals na nagtatapon po ng mga waste, mga pinagamitan sa sa hospital, ano. At ayun nga po, magkakandak na po ng investigation, and ayan po, no, sa Catanduanes yata yung nabanggit niya kanina, and today naman sa may I think dito sa Quezon City. So waiting pa po, no, si para po kay Secretary Roy Cimatu Medyo andyan na rin po yung iba. Secretary Roy na lang. Kasi hindi rin natin ganong dahil maingay yung music. By the way, dito po yan sa may Wildlife Center. Dito po sa Quezon City. Maganda dyan may may mic hindi na maintindihan din kasi ang lakas pa ng music. Hello po, Celo Gen TV, more bless, all stay safe. Maraming salamat din po, Celo Gen TV. Sa mga bagong pasok po, ito po yung 21st anniversary para sa Ecological Solid Waste Management. Maya-maya lang po, andito na po si Secretary Roy Cimatu. So, pero andito na rin po yung mga ibang panauhin and sila Yusik Benante Porda na rin ito na po. Waiting na lang po kay Secretary Roy Cimatu. So yung mga hospitals na nagtapon ng mga waste I think malapit yata sa dagat 'yon. So I think Catanduanes yata yung nabanggit ni Ma'am So may pananagutan daw po sila, under investigation sila. Ayan po, sabi po ng officers from EMB DNR. Kaya hindi po dapat ano yun eh, maselang mga waste po yun lalo pat nasa pandemya pa tayo. So pinopromote din po no ng DNR na kung maaari lang ay iwasan na po yung pag-entertain o pag tatangkilik sa mga plastics. Alam naman po natin itong mga plastic na to ay mga 100 years pa to bago matunaw eh. So ang laki rin po ng epekto nito, ang bagsak pa nito eh sa sa ating karagatan. Kung kaya't nakakasama po ito ng ating kapaligiran. Ang dami rin pala mga artista no na sumusuporta po sa sa DNR. Ito si Ronnie Liang. Jerry Tenario, good morning Pilipinas, watching from Singapore. Yan, Sir Jerry, good morning. Ingat po kayo dyan mga kababayan po natin sa Singapore. So waiting pa rin po tayo kay Secretary Cimatu para maumpisa na rin po itong programa ngayong umaga in celebration of the 21st signing anniversary of Republic Act 9003 or the Ecological Waste Management Act of 2000. As mayroon silang title dito na Fast Tracking the Total Solid Waste Management Solution for a Sustainable Driven Philippines. Today, February 2, 2022. Dito po tayo sa Amphitheater, Ninoy Aquino Parks and Wildlife Center, Biodiversity Management Bureau, Quezon Avenue, Diliman, Quezon City. Hindi pa natin ito naiikot. Sana mamaya may chance tayo makaikot dito. Ang ganda pala nito. Siguro dati may mga boating pa dito. Oh, meron din palang ano na part in participation na via Zoom, yung iba po.
Recording in progress.
Requesting everyone to please settle down. Our program is about to start in a few minutes. We would like to request our guests po na nasa taas. We still have vacant seats po dito. You may occupy them po.
Last 10 na pala. Mag-start na po yung ating program. Meron din po mga nasa Zoom, ano? Ayan.
You may occupy po the front seats. We still have vacant seats po in front.
Tahimik. Natahimik tuloy. So waiting po tayo. Si Ma'am ano ba yan? Si Ma'am Loy, ano ba yan? Yung sa ano natin, sa group chat natin. Ma'am Helen. Ito itong naka-green. Loisa ba yan? Eloisa?
Good morning, everyone. May
Hi,
I
Luis.
request everyone to please stand for the opening prayer followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Ay, ano ko muna, baka copyright tayo sa ano, sa Philippine Anthem. Ay, okay lang.
Breathe life into our ideas and decisions. Help us build a team that has love and respect in its heart. Give us the strength to continue working for your kingdom in this time of pandemic. Lord, come give us the inspiration to be the best we can be. May we be a shining example of your goodness and truth within, wherever we are. Inspire our thoughts, discussions, and ideas, and continue to remind us that all that we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the pursuit of truth for the greater glory of you. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
seated po. So isang makakulikasang umaga po sa ating lahat. I am Boname Onyate from the Environmental Management Bureau Solid Waste Management Division, and I will be your host moderator for today's event. So before we start, let me acknowledge the presence of the 500 participants joining us via Zoom. They are from the EMB regional offices. We have our EMB regional directors, member of the National Solid Waste Management Commission, local government units, and other stakeholders. We are also honored by the presence of the representatives from Rotary International District 3780, Typhoon Odette Response Team, Coalition of Solid Waste Management Providers, members of the National Solid Waste Management Commission. Joining us face-to-face are DOST, DPWH, DA, PIA, MMDA, and LCP. We also have representatives from the EMB National Capital Region, EMB Calabarzon, and EMB Memaropa. We also have the representatives from the Philippine Coast Guard, Philippine National Police Maritime Group, Cavite Maritime Police Station, Cavite City. We also have representatives from DSWD Calabarzon, DNR Calabarzon, DNR Pedro Cavite, and I would also like to acknowledge the presence of the Director of the Strategic Communication and Initiative Service, Director Hiro Masuda. We also have the Executive Director of Task Force Tayo ang Kalikasan, Ms. Maria Matilda Gadi. We also have the EMB Assistant Director, Ms. Linda Osorio. Joining us also is the Assistant Director of the Biodiversity Management Bureau, Ms. Amelita Ortiz. We also have the Undersecretary Juan Miguel P. Cuna. And of course, our very own Undersecretary Benny D. Antiporda. Thank you for joining us today live face-to-face here at the BMB Amphitheater. So once again, isang makakalikasang umaga po sa ating lahat, and welcome to the 21st signing anniversary of RA 9003, or also known as the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. With the theme, fast-tracking the total solid waste management solution for a sustainable driven Philippines. So kung matatandaan niyo po, last year, our event was dubbed as 20+2 towards a stronger and sustainable solid waste management. 20 represents the 2 decades of accomplishments, challenges, and the success stories, while the 2 years will represent the strategic plans of the present administration for the implementation and development of solid waste management in the country. And right now, we have already accomplished another year for the betterment of solid waste management. So to formally welcome us and give this opening message, let us give a warm round of applause to the Environmental Management Bureau Assistant Director, Engineer Bisminda A. Osorio.
To our Honorable Undersecretary, Juan Miguel P. Cuna, sir, to Honorable Undersecretary Benny D. Antiporda, and to the member representatives of the National Solid Waste Management Commission, to our DNR Regional Executive Directors who are joining in the platform, and of course to our EMB Regional Directors, and to the Manila
Good morning, Sir Carlo de Mesa.
and of course to Typhoon Odette Response Team, our partner from the local government units, Rotary Club, And of course, to all our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, isang maganda at makakalikasang umaga po sa ating lahat. So it is an honor to welcome you all in this significant event, which is the culmination of the 21st anniversary celebration of the passage of Republic Act number 9003, or known as the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. We started this celebration with a series of solid waste management webinars conducted in January 2021 and until January of 2022. And of course, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our resource speakers, participants from the local government units, private sectors, and other stakeholders for joining us in this event. I would like to thank also our EMB regional offices and of course our RDs for helping us disseminate this to our local government units partners, the DNR Strategic Communication and Initiatives Service, and of course to DNR Task Force Tayo ang Kalikasan for helping us conduct these activities, and most especially to the DNR Undersecretary for Solid Waste Management and the local government units concerns. Of course, no other than Yusek Benny Antiporda for talagang giving us sir, your direction and the complete support in the enforcement of RA 9003. So with the theme fast-tracking the total solid waste management solution for a sustainable driven Philippines, the Environmental Management Bureau commits to implement more innovative programs to ensure that the optimum utilization of solid waste enter the landfills must be reduced, and of course yung ating pong pag-increase ng solid waste diversion are see to it na it is in place. And of course our country is facing challenges in this time of pandemic. But we are proud to say that much has been done and have been improved in terms of solid waste management in the country. EMB's real-time data, which is uploaded in our website, shows that all 335 illegal open dump sites are now closed in compliance with the marching order of our Honorable Secretary Roy E. Cimatu in January of 2021, when we celebrated the 20th anniversary of RA 9003. The EMB will of course continue to monitor and ensure that LGUs will properly rehabilitate these dump sites so that it will not pose a negative impact on the health and on the environment. In line with this, I would like to, of course, commend the following LGUs reported by the EMB regional offices for showing commitment and willingness to completely rehabilitate their closed dump sites. From Region 2, first, the municipalities of Bagao, Lasam, Tiat, Claveria, Abulog, Amolong, Santa Teresita, Alacapan, Sulana, in the province of Cagayan. And second, the municipalities of Gamo, Echagüe, Rojas, San Agustin, Benito, Solibin, San Guillermo, Quirino, Cordon, in the province of Isabela. So from Region 3, the municipality of San Leonardo in the province of Nueva Ecija, municipalities of Panique and Camiling in the province of Tarlac, the municipalities of Paumbong and Hagonoy in the province of Bulacan, and the municipality of Dinalupihan in the province of Bataan. So from the Calabarzon region, from the municipalities of Luisiana, Mabita, Pagsanhan, and Santa Cruz in the province of Laguna, and also municipalities of Maragondon, Naig, Alfonso, and General Mariano Alvarez in the province of Cavite. From municipalities of Buena Vista, Candelaria, Binayangan, San Andres, Lukban, Panukulan, Perez, Patanungan, and San Narciso in the province of Quezon. And of course from the municipality of Balete in the province of Batangas. So from Mimaropa region, the municipality of Buena Vista in the province of Marinduque, and from Region 9 also, municipalities of Rizal, Liloy, and the city of Dipolog in the province of Zamboanga del Norte. From Region 10, municipality of Kapatagan in the province of Lanao del Norte, and of course from Caraga region, the municipality of Nasipit in the province of Agusan del Norte. So the EMB is also proud to share updates on the rehabilitation activities that we are conducting in the old San Mateo sanitary landfill in Barangay Pitong, Bukawis, San Mateo, Rizal, where we established our bamboo plantation and bamboo garden and eco park. So the DNR and the EMB, together with the LGUs of San Mateo and Antipolo, Rizal, planted bamboo in the area last October of 2021. So with 4,500 planted bamboo species, we envision that this area will turn into a tourist attraction wherein leisure and recreational activities can be held and can be enjoyed by the community. So going back to our real-time data, we would like to show also that from the 8 sanitary landfills in 2006, the total SLFs in the country today are now 245 that serve 478 local governmental units. Nevertheless, this is still insufficient and covers only 29% of all the cities and the municipalities nationwide. So this year, our country's total daily waste generation is around 59,846 tons. And 48% or a total of 29,868 tons per day are being disposed in these sanitary landfills. And based on our computation, our country still requires around 2,832 hectares of land or a total of 295 sanitary landfills with minimum lifespan of 10 years to cater to all the residual waste of our LGUs. And in order to help address this issue, the EMB initiated hiring of ENMO, geologists, and ENMO civil and sanitary engineers to assist the LGUs in finding suitable areas for the establishment of SLF and also provide them with an optimum design in accordance with RA 9003 and of course in its implementing rules and regulations. So on this note, we commend our dear DNR Undersecretary for Solid Waste Management and Local Government Units concerned, Yusek Antiporda, for really initiating the creation of the Coalition of Solid Waste Management Service Providers to help the government facilitate the establishment of SLF in the country through public and private partnerships or PPP. and a total of 11,637 materials recovery facilities are now operational, servicing 16,418 barangays, which is only 39% of the barangays nationwide. So our MRF assistant should help us increase waste diversion by further recovery and processing of biodegradable and recyclables. And in relation to this, we have instructed our NMOs to ensure that the efficient data collection from these MRFs during the monitoring activities and submit monthly consolidated report to EMB Central Office through the EMB Integrated Information System or IIS. So from 20 approved plants in 2010, there are now 1,171 approved solid waste management plants that constitutes to 68% of all LGUs nationwide. So these plans serve as a guiding document for them to implement RA 9003 within their jurisdiction. And the Bureau will continuously monitor the compliance of LGUs in RA 9003 to ensure that the efficiency of waste reduction, collection, transportation, and disposal, and of course, eventually meet our target in waste diversion. And we would also like to commend our LGUs for initiating good practices on solid waste management, such as the municipality of Giginto, Bulacan for launching the refill revolution that will help reduce packaging and make the product cheaper, and also municipality of General Mariano Trias in Cavite for utilizing biogas digester effectively and efficiently, and to help divert biodegradable waste from disposal. The city of Muntinlupa also for using bioreactor and the biogas digester to treat the biodegradable waste. And also the city of San Jose del Monte in Bulacan for having a memorandum of agreement with Republic Cement and Building Materials Incorporated, which is called the Plastic Mo Kapalit ay Cemento. For every 1 ton of shredded plastic, the city can get 8 bags of cement. And as of 2021, they have delivered a total of 161.71 tons of shredded plastic to Republic Cement, which is equivalent to 1,293 bags of cement, and all other LGUs with best practices on SWM. So,
Mario Lasaga
another
sabi niya, sana
commitment of the DNR
maprotektahan din ang
through the
wildlife
Environmental
natin tulad ng
Management
mga
Bureau
baboy
is the
ramo,
provision of a total of
kalaw,
992
agila,
sets
kulasisi,
of
usa, wild
bio-waste
deer at iba pa.
spreaders and
Alam ko may batas.
composters to various
Ayan,
LGUs
nga lang
to
wala pa
help
din
them
pakundangan ng
manage their
illegal na
biodegradable
pangangaso.
waste and increase waste diversion and eventually
And
provide
sabi niya pa rin dito
additional
ni Sir
income
Mario,
to
liban sa libre
promote
ang
the
mga wildlife
production
natin,
and
ayun walang
sale.
pakundangan
Through the
ang
solid waste
pangangaso at ang
enforcement and limitation program or
ibebenta
SWIP,
ng
we
ginagawang
will
panghanap
continue
buhay
to
ng isang
monitor until
ng
sites,
ibang tao kaso kulang ang
facilitate
enforcer
clean-up
wildlife
of
ranger
until
natin.
sites for the LGUs,
Thank you for sharing, Sir Mario
SWM
Lasaga.
facilities such as EMB-funded MRF, sanitary landfill, residual containment areas, rehabilitation of activities of closed dump sites, and monitoring of rivers and waters in highly urbanized cities, and the components of cities including siltation in rivers, and will upload all the reports through the EMB IIS. So the Bureau is now preparing for our integrated system to link the LGUs to facilitate efficient data collection and eventually updates to in the compliance of enforcement in our environmental laws. The information, statistics, or facts collected from this domain will be useful in making informed decisions backed up with scientific evidence in monitoring the compliance of LGUs and other facilities. So with this development, the Bureau commits to continue improving further on our systems to provide the best public service to our stakeholders on ecological solid waste management. So with that, again, thank you very much for listening to my report, and hope to see you again in our next activities. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you very much, Assistant Director Engineer Bisminda A. Osorio. And now, to give his message, may I call on the Undersecretary for Field Operations and Environment. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Undersecretary Juan Miguel T. Cuna.
Maraming salamat po. Bago po ako magbigay ng aking mensahe, nais ko pong kilalanin yung mga panauhin po natin. Unang-una, I think he's joining us virtually through Zoom. Ang ating kagalang-galang na kalihim, Secretary Roy A. Cimatu, ang aking kaibigan sa matagal na panahon, Undersecretary for Solid Waste and Local Government Affairs, Yusek Benny Antiporta. Nandito rin po, I think, nasa Zoom si Director William Punyado of the Environmental Management Bureau, Assistant Director Linda Osorio, also of the EMB, Director Hiro Masuda, Director Tucci Gadi, AD Ami Ortiz, thank you very much for your venue. Lahat po ng mga regional directors ng EMB, ang mga kinatawan po ng local government units na malaking bagay po sa pagtulong sa atin na sumpuin natin ng solid waste management. Mga kinatawan of the non-government agencies, mga NGOs, malaking tulong po sa atin din to. The law enforcement agencies that are really helping us, the Philippine Coast Guard, the Maritime Police, the members of the service providers for solid waste association. I met some of them earlier. Magandang umaga sa inyo. Thank you for coming. Our friends from the media. At sa lahat po na ibang mga kasama natin, magandang umaga po. Ang solid waste management po ay naging bahagi po ng aking panunungkulan dito sa DNR for a long period of time dahil naging director po ako ng EMB for 6 years. At ito po ay isa sa mga priority programs ni Secretary Roy Cimatu. And kung mabalik tanaw po tayo sa mga nagawa po natin in the span of 21 years, admittedly, hindi pa po natin kakamit ng full implementation ng RA 9003. But we also must admit that marami rin po tayo na-achieve. And narinig po natin sa report ni AD Minda earlier na the litany of our accomplishments in the last few years. Pero nais ko pong bigyan ng diin na sa ilalim po ng liderato ni Secretary Cimatu at saka Yusek Benny Antiporta, who represents the Secretary in the National Solid Waste Management Commission. Incidentally, I was not able to meet all the members of the Solid Waste Management Commission. I'd like to highlight na sa matagal na panahon, nahirapan po tayo na mag-approve ng mga solid waste management plans. Pero under the leadership of Secretary Cimatu and Yusek Benny Antiporta, napakarami po ng solid waste management plans na na-aprobahan. Palakpakan naman po natin. And aside from that, we were also facing difficulty in closing the dump sites. So yung mga dump sites po natin sa ilalim po ng batas, Dapat 2006, sarado na po lahat yan. And it was difficult, of course, with good reason dahil iba-iba. Kulangan sa pondo, sa espasyo, sa isang LGU, at iba pa. But finally, we were able to achieve the closure of all the top sites. So napakalaking role po ng ating mga service providers for us to be able to put up landfills, honest to goodness landfills that really serve their purpose properly sa buong bansa. So, and I would like to express that I will continue to support lahat po ng makakatulong po sa atin. Kami sa department, we will continue to support you. So, nagpapasalamat rin po ako sa mga regional offices ng EMB and the other government agencies that have been helping us through the years para gawin po natin lahat to address the many concerns regarding solid waste management. And the NGOs have also played a very big role. Nagpapasalamat po kami. Just to inform everyone, recently the Secretary signed a Department Administrative Order or a DAO creating a Metropolitan Environment Office. Dahil nakita po niya na the NCR, the National Capital Region, ay kakaiba po compared to all the other regions sapagkat clear naman po sa atin na mas malaki ang populasyon and even yung geographic design ng NCR, iba talaga siya. So he created this office which has 4 field offices na ang ginagawa po namin ngayon, we're strengthening our coordination with the local government units since we all realize na pag wala pong tulong ng LGU, mahihirapan po tayo to implement the different environmental laws, particularly the National Solid Waste Management Act. So, umpisa pa lang po ang coordination po namin, but we've been getting very good feedback and support from the LGUs, the NCR mayors. So, naniniwala po kami, as time goes by, itong ginawa pong Metropolitan Environment Office, makakatulong din po sa solid waste management natin. So, after 21 years, I'd like to congratulate everybody who has contributed in one way or another in the implementation of the National Solid Waste Management Act. And as I said earlier, admittedly, we have not been able to fully implement, but we're going in the right direction, and I ask everybody to continue to support our solid waste management in our country. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, Undersecretary Juan Miguel Quintuna. And now, to give his message, is the man of action, the Undersecretary for Solid Waste Management and Local Government Units Concerned, and the Supervising Undersecretary for Strategic Communication and Initiative Service and Task Force Tayo ang Kalikasan. Ladies and gentlemen, ang pambansang basurero ng Pilipinas, Undersecretary Benny D. Anticorda.
Thank you. The permission of everybody, of the name of my face mask. Okay lang ba, Shaila and Clay? Ang galing lang ito. Sa dami po ng babatiin, I think obligasyon ko pong gawin ko. First to the EMB regional offices who are here. In our Zoom, Attorney Mike P. Matias of the NCR, Maria Victoria Abera, Regional Director, CAR, Engineer Maria Nas Hipe, Regional Director, Region 1, Nelson P. Honrado, Regional Director, Region 2, Wilson Trajeco. Si Wilson, tagal kong hindi nakita. Buti nandito siya ngayon. Thank you Regional Director, Region 3, Noemi Paranada, OIC Regional Director, Region 4A, Engineer Maria Socorro Abu, Regional Director, Region 5, Joamil Salino, Regional Director, Region 4B. Attorney Ramar Pascua, Regional Director, Region 6. Lormelin Claudio, Regional Director, Region 7. Hindi na siya Region 7. Red na to ngayon. Promoted na to. Kailan niyo ba kinuha to? Baka last year pa to, ha? Congratulations, Lord Claudio, sa iyong promotion. Yan, itin niyo yung mga natin, mga RD natin. Kaway-kaway naman, mga RD. Para makita kayo, kahit nasa Zoom man na, kaway-kaway. Yan. Si Ramar, ganda lalaki talaga ni Ramar. Ayan. Okay. Engineer Alex Jimenez, Region 9. Engineer Rinaldo Barra, OIC Regional Director, Region 8. Ray Digamo, Regional Director, Region 10. Engineer Mario Bulacan, Regional Director, Region 11. Engineer Omar Saicol, Regional Director, Region 12. Engineer Albert Arcamo, OIC Regional Director, Region 13. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagdalo. And to all the representatives of the National Solid Waste Management Commission who are here, from the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, of course, yours truly, and the Secretary of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Roy A. Cimatu, Department of Science and Technology, Engineer Reynaldo Esguera, Department of Public Works and Highways, Engineer Eduardo C. Chua, Engineer Sherry Livara, the Department of Agriculture, Mr. Marcelo P. Dayo. Sir, alam nyo, magkasama kami sa commission, ngayon lang kami nagkita dahil dyan sa pandemic na yan. Of course, from the League of Cities of the Philippines, Mr. Albidon Asis, na kahit na may COVID na, ay nag-a-attend pa rin. Philippine Information Agency, Ms. Melba Gaita. Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, Director, Mr. Josias Sikim Siam Jr. Sir. And from the Typhoon Odette Response Team, actually, this is not only about the anniversary of the Republic Act 9003 or the Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. No? We also took this chance to give some recognition to those people who responded to the Odette Typhoon. No? Mamaya po, maririnig niyo po kung ano po yung mga stories behind the scene. Let me greet first the Director of the Administrative Service, Rolando Castro, Engineer Guillermo Estepona, the Chief of the General Services Division, Roy Castillo, yung mga starring role dito, the Section Chief, General Services Division, Jonathan Acabal, General Services Division, Nicolas Calderon, Roberto Jimenez, mabuhay ko yung tatlo. Ang driver namin na nag-drive mula dito sa Quezon City hanggang Siargao. Or hanggang Bohol. Tama ba? Siargao, Bohol? Bohol, by land. Let us also acknowledge the presence of our brothers from Rotary Club International. Our sisters also are here. Our brothers also and sisters from the Lions Club International. From the Manila Bay Anti-Pollution Task Force. The Coalition of Solid Waste Management Providers. The Philippine Coast Guard headed by Commodore Troy Cornelio. Sir. Of course, the whole office of the Task Force Tayo ang Kalikasan, headed by Executive Director Maria Matilda Gadi, popularly known as Uchi. Of course, from the Maritime Police, headed by Major Arnold Penales. Sir, salamat po. And of course, our very own Director Nati Bernardino. Wala pa ho? Nasa Boracay. Okay. AD Ami Ortiz, ma'am, ibalik. As beautiful as the director naman ang pinadala. AD Minda Osorio, mas maganda ka kaysa roon sa iyong director dahil siya pogi lang. Nandiyan ba si Director Punyado? Of course, Director Hiro Masuda of the Strategic Communication and Initiative Service. Ang hirap ng ispelling. Ganyan talaga pag... Ayan na, si Director William. Nakaligo ka na ba? Nakapatay yung camera mo eh. Yun, nakaligo na. Good morning, Director William. Our EMB Solid Waste Management Division, isa po sa punong abala sa naganap na ito. Our new Chief of the Solid Waste Management Division, Juby Serafin. Palakpakan po natin. Yun lang po siya formal na naipakilala bilang bagong hepe ng Solid Waste Management Division ng DENR EMB. And of course, pakikilala na rin po natin ang taong walang sawang. Alam niyo, kung meron ng brake fluid, ito po yung tinatawag na handbrake ng inyong lingkod na kapag ito na yung nagsalita, tigil ang Benyan Corda. Undersecretary for Field Operation, Juan Miguel Cuna. Yan yung yan yung tinatawag kong CKL. Pag kinausap natin ng palikul ka lang. Yan yun. Yan si Juan Miguel Cuna. CKL ang tawag dyan, kul ka lang. Pag ganyan na, tigil na ang Benyan Corda. It is with great pleasure to welcome you as we celebrate the 21st anniversary on the approval of the Republic Act 9003, otherwise known as the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000, with the theme fast-tracking the total solid waste management solution for a sustainable driven Philippines. When I assumed my post as Undersecretary for Solid Waste Management and local government units concerned, I was glad. To be honest, this is because I firmly believe that solid waste management is one aspect of governance that has long been wanting a great push. Ika nga sa Tagalog, kulang sa pansin. As we all know, RA 9003 has been around for 20 years now. But in the past, it did not seem to be a priority. Napakapalad po natin na nagkaroon tayo ng Pangulo na may masidhing misyon na kalingahin ang ating kapaligiran at madagdagan pa ang ating swerte sa pagkakaroon ng kalihim ng DNR na nagpatupad ng mga pagbabago sa pamamahala ng basura sa ating bansa. Believing that sound solid waste management primarily lies in the hands of the local government units, we got things moving by intensifying DNR support to the local government units. Online na po ang ating pong butihing kalihim, DNR Secretary Roy A. Cimatu. Palakpakan po natin. Morning, sir. Believing that sound solid waste management primarily lies in the hands of the local government units, we've got things moving by intensifying DNR support to the local government units. Never before has the National Solid Waste Management Commission, led by the DNR, approved a substantial number of 10-year solid waste management plans of LGUs in a span of 2 years. Never before has any administration ever closed down all illegally operating dam sites all around the country. Mind you, we did not stop by merely closing down these illegal dump sites. We made sure that there are measures in place for the rehabilitation of these areas. Well, marami pong nagsabi, nung kasalukuyang pinasarap po, ito pong mga open dump na ito, paano yan? Saan sila magtatapon? Ang sagot naman po ng DNR, edi magtayo sila na sanitary landfill. Paano yan? Wala silang pondo. Edi magtayo sila ng tinatawag na residual containment area para temporary for a year or two, ma-survive nila yung kanilang basura at magkaroon ng maayos na tapunan. If there's a will, there's a way. Kung talagang gusto mong gawa ng paraan, mabilis. Kung ayaw mo, laging may dahilan. And with that, you can see na napakarami. Ang RCA po, napakasimple. Magtatayo ka ng isang bodega na puro yero lang, pati yung dingding niya, yero na rin. No? Bago lang ang yero sa bubong, yung pinakadingding niya, kahit na lumang yero yan, pwede, basta huwag lang aabot sa lupa yung katas ng basura. And with that, nakita natin na nagkaroon ng improvement ng local governments. Nung nagkaroon ng improvement ng local governments, the DENR initiated the creation of a coalition of the solid waste management providers para iisa na lang po ang kakausapin ng mga local governments. Bahala mo silang mamili sino sa mga providers all over the country yung gusto nilang magtayo sa kanila ng sanitary landfill through PPP. And we even encourage them to come up with a cluster sanitary landfill operation. Yung sinasabi nilang, not in my own backyard, yung basura. Bakit? Kanino ba galing yung basura? Di ba sa sarili mo rin backyard? Pero hindi mo papayagan itapon doon sa sarili mong bayan o munisipyo. And yet, of course, if we will only implement an honest-to-goodness sanitary landfill, engineered sanitary landfill operation, wala hong baho. Kasi saan po ba nag-umpisa ang baho? Nag-umpisa ang baho sa pinaghalong basura. Pag pinaghalo, lalabas ang baho. Paglabas ng baho, lalabas ang diri. Pagkatapos ng diri, itatapon sa likod sa ilog. Sino ang nasaktan? Ang kalikasan. Sino ang tinamaan? Ang susunod na henerasyon natin. Hindi po tayo mismo. And with that, let us realize that this is the problem of each and every one of us, not only the government. I have attended a class. There's this person from the academy who told me, alam mo, kayo dapat gumawa ng polisiyang maayos sa basura. Hindi yung pilitin nyo yung mga tao na tulungan kayo. Sabi ko, mali po ata. Ito po yung obligasyon ng bawat Pilipino, hindi lang ng gobyerno. Ano man ang gawin ng gobyerno, kapag hindi tumulong ang bawat Pilipino, walang mangyayari dito. Would you imagine each and every one of us throwing a single candy wrapper per hour? Tig-isa lang tayo. Ilang tonelada yan sa loob ng isang araw sa buong mundo. And who knows, one day, we might end up walking in garbage na lang. Hindi ho wala pong mangyari. Never before had there been hundreds of operational sanitary landfills nationwide that service so many local government units. Never before had solid waste management service providers come together to form a coalition to complement the government's efforts on solid waste management. Never before had plastic soft drink straws and plastic coffee stirrers been declared non-environmentally acceptable products, and their use was discouraged and even banned in government offices. Never before had there been distribution of bio-waste shredders and composters to various government units. I have always believed that the problem of solid waste management is not confined to the Philippines. This is a global concern. This situation is further complicated by the global accumulation of household healthcare waste and packaging materials due to the ongoing pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that we have solved the solid waste management problem in the country, because we have not. Managing more than 40 tons of waste generated by 111 million Filipinos on a daily basis is most certainly no easy feat. This is a gargantuan and continuing task. Ang atin lang po ay napakaraming taon ang ating dapat habulin, mas maaga po sanang maayos na may patupad ang batas. Ladies and gentlemen, all of our accomplishments would not have been possible without your help. I'm thankful that everyone is starting to come around the idea that solid waste management is indeed a priority. As we scale up to the protection and conservation of our country's environment and natural resources, siguro ho, take ko rin itong opportunity na ipaliwanag po na yung problema po sa open dump site, hindi man ho natin masabi na 100% solved na po ito. I can say that it is more than 90% solved. But when it comes to the EPR, yung EPR po na isinusulong po ng ating pong mga kongresista at ng ating mga senador ay isinusulong po ng DNR. You still remember some 3 years ago when yours truly came up with a statement saying that all the multinationals should come up with a scheme on how to buy back or retrieve their packaging materials to make it sure that it will not end up in our waterways and of course, pinaka-importante, sa Manila Bay. Hindi po natin inaaway ang mga producers ng plastic. Ang atin lang po, inaayos po natin. Tulungan niyo po kami. Come up with a scheme of buying back or retrieving your packaging materials, and I tell you, you will have a very smooth business when it comes to solid waste problem. Kasi yun, nangyayari ngayon, isipin nyo, nung bago po ng inyong lingkod, ang unang sabi ko parami ng plastic yung solo naging sakto pa, lalo dumami, di ba? So with that situation, I think it's adding insult to injury, no? And I don't think it will help the environmental sector if ganun po na ganun na mangyayari. So with that, nakikiusap po ko sa aking mga kapatid. Siguro this might be my last time to address you in this very big problem of our country, even around the world. Let's be proactive on situations rather than reactive. I still remember, yung natatandaan din to ni Jose Cule, when we attended the executive committee meeting in the office of the secretary, wherein yours truly was consulted by the officers of the Philippine Airlines, saying na since grabe na yung ASF, do we have any plans para i-check yung mga lumalabas na solid waste galing sa airport? Nagsalita po ko sa Execom, still remember that. Meron pong nagsalita isang opisyal, hindi naman natin jurisdiction yun. Huwag na natin pangimasukan. Awa ng Diyos, yung pong African swine fever ay nagmula po sa Rizal. Ang kinakain po ng baboy sa Rizal galing po doon sa ano pangalan na ito, yung dating dito sa Quezon City? Payatas. Galing sa payatas yung pinapakain nila sa baboy. At yung itinatapon na leftover foods na galing sa airport ay doon binibenta o tinatapon sa payatas. So alam niyo na saan nanggaling ang African swine fever. Kaya doon napunta sa Rizal. Let not history repeat itself. Yes, indeed. There's a thin line of legality when we talk about the jurisdiction of the said issue. But again, if we could have acted on it as early as possible, wala sana sa bansa natin yung African swine fever. And with that, again, I thank all of the people who support our cause in fighting against the looming problem of the solid waste management. Pasalamatan ko na rin ang aking mga kapatid sa media, yung aking mga angels na nandiyan, si Clay, saka itong si Shaila, na lalong bumabata dahil sa pandemic. And of course, yung mga walang sawang mga vloggers na nandyan, thank you very much sa inyong suporta. Looking forward na hindi lang kami ang suportahan nyo. Sana lahat ng ahensya ng pamahalaan ay masuportahan nyo. Because this is a different government now with the leadership of our President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Again, pareho na rin po na sinasabi ng ating kalihim Roy Cimatu, palagi po natin tatandaan, ikaw, ako, tayo ang kalikasan, kung kaya pangalagaan po natin ito. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Undersecretary Benny D. Antiporda. So at this instant, let us all watch the audiovisual presentation on solid waste management.
Solid waste is one of the major problems in our country and even around the world. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization warned that if plastic pollution continues by 2050, there will be more plastic than fish in the ocean. The Philippines generated around 21.8 million metric tons of solid waste for 2021. 3.5 million metric tons are generated in Metro Manila, where each person is estimated to have contributed almost a kilogram of waste per day. Of this, only 85% of wastes were collected and some 15% were either burned or have ended up in rivers and esteros that clog the drainage system in Metro Manila. Uncollected garbage finds its way in drainage, causing the perennial flooding in Metro Manila and urban cities. Some in water bodies, which eventually end up in the ocean, affecting marine life. More than a decade of Republic Act 9003, or the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act 2000, the problems persisted. In 2018, Solid Waste Management of the Philippines started gaining ground with the following efforts. Increase in the number of approved solid waste management 10-year plans. Closure of all dump sites nationwide. Issuance on the use of unnecessary plastics in government offices. Organize the sanitary landfill operators. Issuance of resolution declaring plastic soft drink straw and coffee stirrer as non-environmentally acceptable products. Provision of solid waste management equipment to local government units. done so much, but there is still so much to be done for a sustainable future.
Ayan po. So, ang ating napanood po ay yung challenges ng ating bansa sa solid waste management and how the present administration has addressed it po. And now, to deliver his keynote message, ang ama ng DNR, let us give a warm round of applause to Secretary Roy A. Cimatu.
Good morning to all of you. Good morning. Gandang umaga sa inyong lahat.
Morning, Sec.
Sit lang, naririnig pa din ako. Naririnig ba ako?
Yes po, yes po.
So, I'm on na ba? I'm on.
You are loud and clear, sir.
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat dyan. Ang officers, especially si Pastorero King of the country, Joseph Benny Antiporda. Maraming salamat dito sa ginawa niyong programa ngayon in commemoration of our 21st anniversary of the Solid Waste Management Act of 1903. Medyo matagal na rin ito pala. 21 years na pala ito. Bakit? Kasi kaya ngayon, kung konti pa lang nag-comply din na sa batas na ito. Ang ibig sabihin ay ito siguro ang pinaka-most not responded law na nagawa ng ating Kongreso, itong 9003. Kasi 21 years old na ito. Ang ibig sabihin, 21 years ago, ito lumabas. Yung kaso lang, kung anong kailangan na gawin dahil sa batas nito ay hindi pa implemented ng mga LGUs. Pero pupunta ako dyan mamaya, basahin ko yung speech na ginawa ni Joseph Antiporda. Pero habang pumapasok ako rito kanina sa Zoom, when I was checking in to be a participant of this zone, nakalagay doon 500 maximum already. So, hindi ako pwedeng makapasok. Kaya medyo nagtagal-tagal pa ako. At saka, tumawag ako sa PLDT para makontak ko yung operator dyan. Hindi man siya sumasagot. Siguro medyo engrossed sila dito sa programa. But when they, napasukan ko rin, then yun nga, tinitignan ko kung nakita ko ba yung listahan ng mga mag-attend through virtual dito sa aking programa ngayon. Marami na. In fact, nakita ko yung mga lugar, towns, or LGUs all over the country. Pala ito. All over the country are begin this virtual meeting or ceremony today. Tinitignan ko nga kung nandito kasama yung aming bayan. Nakita ko kasi yung kapitbahay na bayan doon, Tugod-Tugod. Bilang pastor tayo, nakita ko yung representative eh. Pagkudkod, mag-focus ko ba yung pagkudkod dyan? Nakita ko kanina eh. At sa yung isang taon, Adams, pero hindi ko nakita yung bangkit. Yung amin. Gusto ko rin sana sabihan siya na congratulations, bangkit. Kahit wala kayo rito sa virtual meeting dito, ay na-comply ninyo na mag-conduct ng sanitary landfill sa bayan natin. Kasi ilang beses ko na rin kasi kayo sinabihan na dapat ang sekretaryo naman ay bayan ng sekretaryo ay kailangan compliant. So nag-react naman yung mayor doon. Nagkataon yung mayor doon kapatid ko. Congratulations, Bagil, for the compliance of RA 9003, which is being celebrated today on the occasion of 21st anniversary. So it took you 21 years. It took you 21 years, so comply. And so this morning, I would like also to greet these other officers there. Nakita ko si Joseph Cona, si Director, DMV Director Conyado, and others there who are there now. Congratulations for this celebration. Now before I read the message prepared by Joseph Antiporta, nabanggit niya kanina, panghuli na raw yan ng panghuli na raw niyang mag-speech dito. Nung sinasabi niya panghuli, siguro bakit naman tayo sinasabi, matagal pa naman tayong alis sabay-sabay eh. Pero ikaw, sinabi mo punta na siguro meron ka pupuntahan, di ba? Now, let me read the message I will deliver to all of you. Today, we commemorate with a gratifying sense of achievement the 21st anniversary of the signing into law of Republic Act 9003. Siguro ito pinaka-popular na Republic 9003 ito. Kasi yung 1 years na ito na pinag-usapan ito 9003. Kaya very popular nito. Dati mapano na ngayon, ma-memorize. 9003 of the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. 2000. Second year na ngayon. Hindi lang pala, the first anniversary pa na, no? 22 years ago. So we are celebrating anniversary, 21st anniversary. Had RA 9003 been strictly implemented according to its timelines, especially in its first 15 years, our country would have been much cleaner today. To recall, the laws mandated the closure of all dam sites. The sites where solid waste are indiscriminately thrown without regard to environmental and health standards. Within 3 years after the law started taking effect in 2001, and their conversion into control dams or sites where minimum prescribed standards are applied. Eventually, control dams were to be phased out as well in favor of sanitary landfills, which are waste disposal sites designed, built, and operated with engineering control over significant potential environmental impact. Now, let me ask you, before this, 20-RA9003, paano ba natin tinatapon yung ating basura? Maalala ko nga, when I became the secretary of the DENR in 2017, May 2017, several weeks later, nagkaroon ng problema dyan sa Payatas. And that compelled me, actually, to finally close Payatas. So, okay, nasaraduhan yung Payatas. Nakita ko kasi noon, yung Payatas, dyan sa Quezon City, nagbagyo yata noon, nagbagyo minsan, yan, sa lugar na yan. Tapos, nag-landslide, maraming tao na napagsakan ng landslide ng basura. Ang nag-landslide ay ang basura. Maraming natabunan, maraming namatay na tao dyan sa Quezon City. Payatas ang tao. So napunta ako sa Payatas. Pagdating, before entering Payatas, yung pinabagsakan ng mga basura, marami ng mga dump truck na nakaparandra dyan. Naghihintay sila na alisin yung basura. Yung mga basura, hindi mo lang ibig sabihin na alisin. Inihimay yung basura, kinukuha yung baka pwede pa, iwanan yung hindi na pwede. Ano yung mga hindi pwede na iwanan dyan doon? Ang hindi pwede ay yung mga yung mga tawag natin na talagang gradable na yan. Biodegradable, hindi na pwede talaga kailangan sa mga bahay-bahay o hindi na kailangan ibenta, kailangan ito mga itapon. So right there and then, muna, doon, sa bungangan ng Payatas, ay nandun na yung nakasasakyan ng mga garbage trucks. Mga tao naman, dahan-dahan nilang hinihimay, ito po yung pwede, makita mo doon. May mga parador, may mga cabinets, may mga guma, may kung ano na lang. Hinihiwalay yun, hinihiwalay. Tapos, dahan-dahan naman, sinakay na doon sa campsite sa ibabaw ng Payatas. So, ganun niya, araw-araw, ganyan na nangyayari yan sa lugar na yan. Pagkatapos, yung mga nakuha ng mga tao ay nilalagay sa isang lugar doon para ayusin, linisin. Then makikita mo, binibenta na ito. Binibenta na sa tabi-tabi naman. Marami naman nagpupunta doon para pupunta sa mga ito kasi pwede bang gamit eh. So ito yung sinasabi natin na dapat gampanan na hindi dapat doon ang maghihiwalay-hiwalayan. Dapat kung anong ilagay mo yan sa harapan ng bahay mo na dadaanan ng mga truck na kukunin ay nahiwalay na yung mga sinasabi doon. So kaya nung nagkaroon na ng ganitong pangyayari ay initial na 903 noon ay nagkaroon na ng mga paghati-hati ng klase ng itatapon. Meron dapat hindi na itapon, meron naman itapon, meron naman i-recycle. Ito yun, hindi pa nagkaroon actually. Kasi bakit yung masasabi mga ganyan? Kasi pag makita mo sa kalsada ngayon, maraming naglalagay ng basura dyan, Tinakain ng aso, lalo na dito sa mga ano, binubuksan ng aso na nagbubukas ay hindi ng tao, ay aso rin. So yung aso ngayon, yung makakain niya, pero nahiwalay na yung ano niya sa harapan ng mga bahay-bahay. So ganyan ang portraying situation ngayon. Compare that to the situation before. Wala pang 9003, damsay lang. Sa amin sa probinsya nung bata ko, wala naman naglalagay ng basura sa harapan. Wala ka mang basuraan na noon eh. Ang mga ano lang yan, maglagay ka ng basura mo. Sarili mo talaga. Hindi nakikilang ang gobyerno. Yan sa basura. Responsibility nun ng tao, ng bahay. Responsibility nun nila yan. Wala na yan eh. Noon, at that time. So, saan naman nilalagay ang basura sa sa probinsya noon? Sa amin, actually, I remember that when I was young. Ano kami, magbubutas lang ng sa lupa, sa likod ng bahay ay pwesto kang pa doon eh. So, magbubutas ka doon, lalagyan mo yung basura, then 30 years, let's say kung 1 year, matapos na yan, okay ka na naman ng butas. Lalagyan mo ulit ng basura. 1 year na naman yan, ganyan na nangyari yung doon. Hanggang kung nakumas na yung tasan mo, wala ka ng utasan, ibabalikan mo nga yung pinakauna. Pinakauna, no, pwede naman na, kung kaya mo din, gawin mo fertilizer, yung mga naukay. Ganyan ang ginagawa natin doon, wala pa itong mga government-controlled garbage problem in our country. Pwede yan noon. Ba't hindi na pwede? Actually, even in Metro Manila, for example, wala naman lupa sa likod ng bahay na ngayon. Hindi mo naman pwede magawa kasi kung may bahay naman, kahit yung ano ay talagang wala ka ng lugar na pagkagayan. So, anong gagawin mo? Dito ngayon, nagkaroon na ito ng payatas. Dito sa Manila, naging payatas na yan. Kaya, ito ngayon ang situation ngayon. So, I would like to say this. Nang umiikot-ikot ako dito sa Pilipinas, tinatanong ko kung paano ko ba malaman na yung aming opisina ng DENR ay ginagawa na yung pinaka-importanteng tungkulin. Implementation sa mga batas. Implementation yung tatlong batas na inaano natin minamandate ng DENR na gawin. Number 1, yung Clean Air Act. Yung Clean Air Act naman ay dapat yung hangin na binalangkat ng mga tao ay malinis. That's Clean Air Act. So meron tayong way of finding it out kung malinis man o hindi malinis ang hangin. So nagkaroon tayo ng monitoring stations all over the country. Malaman natin ang quality ng hangin. Dito sa probinsya ay clean naman lahat. Yung mga meron naman mga hindi malinis ay yung meron mga bakterya at sa maraming traffic. In fact, katunayan na dito sa Metro Manila, ang pinakamataas doon na quality ng air na hindi masyadong acceptable ay dito sa at that time was Pasay and EDSA. Noon wala, before the pandemic. Pero during the pandemic, kumanda yung hangin. Kumanda yung hangin dito sa Manila. So, Clean Air Act, pinatupad, well, ang ating masasabi ay okay. Okay ang ating bayan sa Clean Air. The second one is Clean Water Act. Ito yung batas, pinatupad ng DENR na dapat ang mga bodies of water dito sa Pilipinas ay compliant, malinis, hindi nakakabigay ng sakit. Kung maliligo ka man yan, hindi ka nakakasakit. Kung dadaan ka naman sa mga river creeks yan, malinis. So ito ngayon ang ine-emphasize natin ngayon sa DNR. Ang pangatlong batas na pinapatupad ng ating environment ay ito na, yung Solid Waste Management or 9003. So ang sinabihan ko yung ating mga DNR offices all over the country na you emphasize ang tatlong batas na ito. Aside from ating targeting system, ang ating mga tightening, ito yung trabaho ng DNR, ipatupad natin itong tatlo na batas. Ngayon, every time I go to the provinces and in the regions, I gather all the penros of the provincial offices and the centros within that region. Ang una kong tanong, ito, malaman ko kung ginagawa ninyo yung inyong trabaho. Number one, ilan ang mga rivers or mga ilog? Ilan ang mga ilog sa inyong jurisdiction? Centros, ilang ilog? Pedros, ilan ang total ilog ninyo sa inyong probinsya? Para malaman ko kung sinong pinakamagandang probinsya sa kapamagitan pagtanong sa inyo how you are implementing the Clean Water Act. Ang una kong tanong, ano ang classification ng mga rivers ninyo? Ang rivers ninyo ay Class A yan, Class AA na pwede pang mainom, Class B yung suitable for swimming and sports, boating. Then pangatlo, yung Class C, yung medyo mababa at category na hindi pwede ngayon na sinasabing mga pang swimming at saka madumi. Ang pinapatignan ko lahat-lahat nito, punta na ko sa region ng 12 last time, nakita ko pinakamaganda doon na probinsya, yung Sarangani. Nakita ko rin yung napunta ko rito sa region 4A. Nakita ko pinakamaganda sa river, pinakamalinis ay ang Quezon. So ito yung makikita ko sa Clean Water Act. Ito naman sa sanitary landfill naman, ang aking gauge dito sa 9003 nito, kung ilan ang sanitary landfill doon sa inyong probinsya. Tinatanong ko yan. Ngayon, ang nakita ko lang so far, hindi ko kasi napuntahan lang na probinsya. In fact, I'm on my way ngayon to the provinces really to determine ito. Ang nakita ko, ang average na mayroon sanitary landfill ng probinsya is only average na mayroon only 20%. Yung 80% walang sanitary landfill yan. So anong ibig sabihin nito? 30 years of 22 years, walang sanitary landfill. May mga iba umaasa sa clustering, umaasa ilagay itapon doon sa pastoralan sa park and other places. So itong situation, but because of our what we have done last March ba yan, last March, wherein we announced natin, we are closing all dam site. So nagkaano na yan, naraten na sila yan, nagpanik na sila. So ano kasi, hindi naman talaga dapat may design na wala pang sanitary landfill. Dapat i-close na natin para naman dapat pagpasya na sila talaga mag-comply. So these were the things na ginawa natin. So ngayon, tinanong natin ngayon for every province, ilan ang sanitary landfill mo? Ayan na naman. So yung pinuntahan ko, alala ko, in Quezon, I would like to, because I am reminded, ito lang yata yung aking nakitang province. Pero pa yata isa, more than 50% ay meron sanitary landfill sa kanilang probinsya. Meaning, out of 41, 42 yata municipality sa Quezon, 22 or 24. Maalala ko yan kasi I was impressed with that So more than 50% talaga dyan sa Quezon ay may sanitary landfill. Kaya sabi ko, gawin ko kayo muna model ng 9003 all over the country. Unless na mayroon pa mga probinsya na makaka-overtake yan, makakalampas yan. And so, this is really what I'm doing when I go around in the provinces to find out the compliance to the laws na mandated to our DENR. Itong tatlong batas na ito. So, continue with this message. Unfortunately, as I was saying, implementation of RA 9003 during its first 15 years or until mid-2016 left a lot of work undone. And so it fell upon the administration of our President Rodrigo Duterte, to make up for the deficiency of the past. Last year, we were finally able to complete the closure of all open dump sites nationwide and to start their post-closure rehabilitation. We were also able to create the National Ecology Center as required by the law. And this will play a big role in the months ahead in expanding the participation of experts as well as the general public in intensified solid waste management activities. This administration is indeed done a great deal since it took over in the mid-2016. In 2016, the National Solid Waste Management Commission, which the DNR also chaired, had approved the 10-year solid waste management plan of only 253 LGUs. We have since increased this more than 4 times to 1,171 LGUs as of last year. In 2016, only 9,883 barangays had materials recovery facilities. By 2021, barangays with access to EMANEC have increased to 16,480. Also in 2016, only 248 LGUs had access to sanitary landfills. In 2021, the number rose to 478, an increase over 92%, but is still way below our goal of a 100% sanitary landfill all over our country. In December 2019, we also issued guidelines on the establishment and operation of waste-to-energy facilities for the treatment of municipal solid waste. This was in line with the law's mandate for the National Solid Waste Management Framework, include resource recovery, including waste-to-energy generation. In April 2020, we issued guidelines on the management of COVID-19 related healthcare waste, which was deemed hazardous. Next, we declared plastic soft drinks, straws, and plastic coffee stirrers as non environmentally acceptable products warranting phase-out. Then, we adopted the National Plan of Action for the Prevention, Reduction, and Management of Marine Litter with the goal of zero waste in Philippine waters by 2040. The DNR has also been turning over bio-waste shredders and composters to LGUs to enable them to reduce the volume of waste for disposal, particularly the biodegradable waste that comprise around 52% of municipal solid waste. This will not only reduce the volume of residual solid waste, but also transport the diverted waste into compost and organic fertilizer. Moving forward, we are supporting moves in Congress to amend RA 9003 to institutionalize the practice of extended producer responsibility and plastic packaging waste. We are also advocating the extension of producer responsibility to waste electrical and electronic equipment. This is another form of hazardous waste. And we are also supporting initiatives in Congress to reduce plastic waste in our water bodies and to transition to a circular economy. I must stress, however, that we need not just a whole of government, but also a whole of society approach to sustain our momentum. All stakeholders must participate actively in reducing the volume of waste generation, in segregated waste, and in reducing and recycling waste to reduce the residual waste stream to zeroing the circular economy that we are pushing for. And so, as we celebrate the 21st anniversary of RA 003, let us build stronger partnerships for the waste-free Philippines to make a sustainable future for the generations to come. In closing, let me make an announcement about the creation of a metropolitan office, metropolitan ecological office in Metro Manila. We have divided Metro Manila into 4 sectors: North sector, East sector, West sector, and South sector. This is led by Undersecretary Puna, and they will be assisted by 4 assistant secretaries. Their job will be to implement the national laws on environment, the clean air, the clean water, and the solid waste management in Metro Manila. Wala na. And so, I cannot see myself anymore here, that's why. Okay, so that's the announcement that I'm making, that the office, Metropolitan Ecological Office, will be there in the respective areas in Metro Manila as our centerpiece of environmental assistance to the people. Because the mission statement of the department is to mobilize the citizenry in this implementation of this 9003, including Metro Manila. And therefore, you will be expecting the active participation of the DNR in your respective region, in your respective areas here in Metro Manila, especially. And God are the days. Ang ating kasi noon, malinis ang ating kalsada, especially dito sa dinataanan, yung may metro tinatawag nila, Metro 8, yung naglilinis ng kali. Pero pagdating mo sa loob, medyo madumi, wala kasi naglilinis doon eh. Ito ang dapat ang responsibility ng citizenry dito sa mga areas in Metro Manila. So kung sabay-sabay tayo linis dito sa ating lugar, ay implement talaga natin ng gusto itong 9003. And so, mahaba-haba rin itong salita ko and na-emphasize ko rin yung kailangan natin gawin, especially an aspect of garbage. So again, congratulations to the organizers dito, especially the under Yosek Median Corna and the EMB, and also down the line to the senators, to the vendors, to the regional directors. And to the vendors, I would like to say that marami mong nakita kanina na nag-attend dito, vendors and LGUs all over the country. Please extend my congratulations to your respective LGUs and also to the senators for your respective senators offices. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much.
A warm round of applause for Secretary Roy A. Cimatu. So once again, thank you very much, Secretary Roy A. Cimatu. Of course, the success and accomplishments of the department will not be possible without the help of our partner agencies and regional counterparts. At this juncture, to recognize the efforts of our partner agencies and the regional counterparts, may I request Undersecretary Benny D. Antiporda, Undersecretary Juan Miguel Puna, and Assistant Director Bismita Osorio on stage to lead the awarding of certificates. So, to award the certificate of commendation, our EMB regional offices, may I request the EMB regional offices who are joining us via Zoom to please turn on your cameras as we award the certificate of commendation. Allow me to read the citation. Certificate of commendation is presented to each of the EMB regional office for its commitment to a clean and healthy environment as being manifested in the closure of all illegally operating dump sites in its region, and the increase in the number of local government units with approved 10-year solid waste management plan for implementation. Its dedication has contributed to the successful implementation of Republic Act 9003 or the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. As we fast-track the total solid waste management solution for a sustainable driven Philippines. Given the second day of February 2022, as part of the celebration of the 21st signing anniversary of Republic Act No. 9003 or the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. Signed, Benny D. Antiporda, Undersecretary for Solid Waste Management and Local Government Units Concerned, and alternate to the Chairman of the National Solid Waste Management Commission. So may I call on stage the representatives from EMB National Capital Region. Followed by the EMB Calabarzon. Next is from EMB Mimaropa. Now via Zoom, may we see on screen the representatives from EMB Cordillera Administrative Region. EMB Region 1. EMB Region 2. From EMB Region 3. EMB Region 5. EMB Region 6. EMB Region 7. EMB Region 8. EMB Region 9. EMB Region 10. EMB Region 11. EMB Region 12. And EMB Caraga. So once again, the department would like to thank each and every one of you for your efforts to successfully implement Republic Act 9003. So next, to award the Certificate of Commendation for the member agencies of the National Solid Waste Management Commission. Again, we will also request our other member agencies who are joining us via Zoom to please turn on your cameras as we